This is going to be today's video review for Monday, July the 20th, 2015. Please read our trading disclaimer. In today's video, we're going to discuss a question that I've asked myself several times, and I've also asked myself, let's do a trading room, why not? And the answer always comes back to the same conclusion, which is there doesn't need to be a trading room if the signal is so simple. And because our system is so simple, the time that we're spending helping traders in the fast track program is having more of an effect on, let's put on this daily room where everybody comes to see how well we trade. And there's many different ways to trade this depending upon your trade plan that you're going to be choosing. For example, in today's video review, we always choose this left chart as our trade plan. This is the upper yellow. We look for signals up here. We look for signals if we can get them in the upper blue. We look for signals in the lower yellow. We look for signals in the lower yellow or the lower blue. And then we use the right chart to confirm those leans on the left chart. So that's a very simple approach, but my left chart could be any chart, including a yearly chart. So what we're doing with the trade room ideas, we're not doing it. And we're doing it because when traders are wanting to learn a method, they have an interpretation of videos, and it's all well and good to listen to some videos and jump into trading, but the subconscious hasn't really connected into what the method is until that particular trader starts to do his or her own trading. And in the fast track, we look at those trade logs and we give immediate feedback on the very first day to correct any misconceptions on what the brain has interpreted in the videos. In a trading room, the same misconceptions can be interpreted. The key point is to cross-check this and to correct any of those misconceptions. Anyway, we're going to be talking about today's trading in the NQ from about 9:30 Eastern to 11:30 Eastern. You'll notice our right trade chart looks a little bit different today. We've actually put on another pair of chart overlays. In other words, you'll notice on the right chart, I'm going to take my arrow and point to these large magenta dashed lines. This is from the left chart using its higher frame. So for example, this large dash magenta band being drawn here on the trade chart on the right is exactly the large bands that you see that I'm pointing to here that are drawn in dashed lines here on the left chart. So what this does is it places a lot of lines on the chart, but generally I draw them in because as a trader learning, we don't want to overwhelm the trader with having too many things drawn in the chart, but everything can be automatically drawn on the chart. So as you can see, in the Masters of the Universe course, we teach this trade concept. It's called the power mid trade. You can see the white dotted line inside this lower magenta energy band, and it is exactly the same as you're seeing right here. This is the lower magenta band, and of course this white dotted line is that white dotted line over here on the right chart, and it's being drawn for you. So that's a very strong energy band of support to lean on, and we look to engage trades out of there because it's a very, very strong setup, very high probability. So essentially we're going to go through all these trades, but I just wanted to bring that to your attention so you understand that there's going to be some extra lines here today on the trade chart. So out of the gate we get a power mid trade here from our left chart. that we can see we got a green bar here, we got a green bar here, we got a green bar here. Stops are going to be down here, so eventually this market takes off and rallies on up into this crest of resistance. You'll notice this crest of resistance, this is from the trade chart here. The actual level just happens to be 46.58, which is identical. So this would be another place to get short. You can see how price rallies up above our midline here. Very little push up. Upper yellow stays down, pushes up again, upper yellow stays down. This crest is holding, so it's definitely a good time to be short. As price falls down, we're falling down into this, you'll see this is a support level from Friday. And if you didn't draw it, it's no problem because you can see the lower magenta here from the chart on the left. The chart on the left's lower magenta is drawn here. But essentially, the green bar here, you can see we're putting in a valley. The dots are weak. Green bar right here, we're going to get long off that lower energy band. Slices up through the mid, and price rallies on up. Now you see, price does rally on up, breaks this crest. We're now up into this crest up here. Comes within a couple ticks. You'll notice what's taking place inside the higher energy band here on the left chart. You can see it being drawn here and here on the right chart. This is a crest put in, weak dots. We're gonna short it right there. This is what we teach in the Masters Universe. Drops on down. As price falls down, you can see at about 10.07, this area down here on our left chart, we're approximately, I guess, let's see, pause one second. Fall right in down into this valley here of support with the green up arrow drawn here on the right chart, just a little above 46.52, and the trade chart puts in a buy signal here. Would be a good long up into this area here on the right, which is our strong large dotted midline, which is this dotted white midline here on the left chart. This area is typical for pushing price, and you can see how our dots here remain weak, pushing up into it. Upper yellow down, dots pushing up, upper yellow down. This white dotted line is pushing down here. This is very clear here. That would be a great short. Now, as price drops on down, you can see what takes place. Price falls straight on down into this lower energy band on the left chart, drawn right here. This is drawn here on the right chart. Taking a buy out of there is definitely high probability. We've got, for example, from our left chart, this higher energy band drawn here on our right chart. This is again another high probability buy setup. As price goes higher, you'll notice that we slice up through the white dotted line here. White dotted line here on the right chart is drawn here on the left chart. This large, this dotted line on the left chart is actually this large dotted line here on the right chart. You'll notice that price rallies on up into the dotted line, pulls back, and this white dotted line pushes up. What is key is, as we teach in the Masters of the Universe course, is to look at the dots and see how strong they are. You notice as we push down here, the dots stay at the center white line. This is our midline here as well. And this is down challenging into this valley here with this white line. After price is popped above this white dotted line. This is a strength, okay? And on the green line right here, the green bar right here, we would be looking at taking a long trade. This is very, very common. These patterns happen the same way over and over and over again. And price slices up this time and keeps going higher and higher up until about 11:30. 11:30 we put in a crest. Price pulls down, retraces back up to the crest where the down pink arrow is on the right. We would look at a short there. You can see how The crest on the left chart is drawn here on the right chart. Those dots pushing up here are getting weak. We can't push up. We have a strong confluence or overlap here taking place. The upper yellow is down into this crest for the crest that is put in on the left chart, shown with the down pink arrow. This is an opportunity to be short. There's no other way to look at it when you've got the red bars. Doesn't make any sense to waste time with a trading room when we've got very, very clear indicators that traders are taking advantage of from all over the world. Thanks very much for listening. If you have any questions at all, please send an email to jb@drummondenergybands.com. Have a great day.